He sat in the empty paddock, the sun already low, and wondered if this could be the moment everything changed. Christian Horner's name flickered across every headline. Ferrari eyes Horner. Horner linked to replacing Vasseur. The whispers in the paddock grew louder by the hour. Could Fred Vasseur, entrenched in Maranello, really be replaced by the man who dominated Red Bull for 2 decades? Horner left Red Bull in September, severing ties with a team that delivered 8 drivers' championships and 6 constructors' titles under his leadership. He has reportedly taken a settlement around $100 million and is now free, theoretically, to return to F1 by mid-2026. In many ways, the stage is set. Yet the question remains, would Ferrari actually be willing to make that move? The first spark came when the Daily Mail claimed Ferrari chairman John Elkann was courting Horner. A source told Sky Sports that exploratory conversations have taken place, though in Italy, others insist the rumours are overblown. After all, Fred Vasseur is not going anywhere soon, or at least not without a fight. He signed a multi-year contract extension just this summer, signalling Ferrari's faith in him, even though results since then have disappointed. Vasseur, when pressed on the rumours, was blunt. He said that rumours caused the turmoil. I didn't spread them, the media did. Neither Ferrari nor I said anything. He added, when these rumours first appeared in Canada, I was really angry. Without all this noise, my talks with Ferrari would have gone much faster. That kind of pushback reveals how deeply he feels threatened, but also how much support he still commands behind the scenes. Imagine the tension inside Maranello if those 2 names, Vasseur and Horner, became locked in a silent duel for power. The problem is, Horner's ambitions don't seem to stop at being a team boss. He wants equity, or at least a share in ownership. But the way Ferrari is structured, that kind of control seems almost impossible. Ferrari is mostly publicly owned, 68.19%, and Exor and Piero Ferrari hold the rest. Few seats at that table are for sale. Still, in his 20 years at Red Bull, Horner oversaw 2 golden eras: Sebastian Vettel's string of championships from 2010 to 2013, and Max Verstappen's recent dominance, with drivers' titles from 2021 to 2024 and consecutive constructors' wins in 2022 and 2023. His track record is undeniable. That success gives him leverage, a reputation, and weight that Ferrari might find tempting, especially now, after a title drought of almost 17 years. But there are serious obstacles. Could Horner uproot his life from England to relocate to Italy? He doesn't speak Italian, which would make everyday leadership harder. More broadly, Ferrari has a culture, a brand identity, and expectations that differ markedly from the more aggressive Red Bull machine. Would he be accepted, or would he clash with the mythology of Scuderia? Beyond that, the power dynamics that led to his exit from Red Bull are instructive. Reports suggest he clashed with Oliver Mintzlaff over control. Horner wanted authority, while the parent company sought more influence. That kind of clash would not sit well in Ferrari's structure, where ultimate decisions come from the top of the organization, not from one single person. Still, some fans and pundits speculate that if Horner came in, Hamilton could be at risk. A British tabloid claimed that in a hypothetical takeover, Horner would replace Lewis Hamilton, even favouring Max Verstappen instead. But that kind of dramatic rewrite is far-fetched. Hamilton's move to Ferrari was negotiated under Vasseur's watch, and the 40-year-old driver's contract runs through 2026. Ferrari does not seem eager to rip up the Vasseur plan just yet. Planet F1 reports that rumours of a Vasseur exit are wide of the mark. Even after a miserable 2025 season, Ferrari still without a win after more than 18 races, with foundational problems like ride height troubles undermining performance, the extension given to Vasseur shows management isn't ready to abandon him. Still, when results slip and expectations build toward 2026, the pressure will mount. Vasseur's leadership is on thin ice. And if Ferrari struggles during the transition to new regulations, the very moment when disruption can happen, whispers will turn to decisions. The logical path would be to keep Vasseur until at least the new rules settle, But F1 is rarely logical. Behind the scenes, people talk. At Aston Martin, Andy Cowell said, "It looks as though Christian's ringing up pretty much every team owner at the moment." Rumours swirl of possible links to Aston Martin, Alpine, Haas. But cowling those rumours, Cowell later asserted, there are no plans for involvement of Christian, either in an operational or investment role in the future. Haas admitted there were exploratory talks via intermediaries. Alpine says nothing definitive. So, what would it look like if Ferrari actually moved? You'd have two powerful egos, Vasseur's history and Ferrari's tradition on one side, and Horner's ambition and legacy on the other. Leclerc, Hamilton, the technical staff, all would have to adjust, and Elkann, as chairman, would need to decide, is it worth replacing loyalty with spectacle? Now, as night wraps the paddock, the question echoes, is this just rumour or the first tremors of a real quake? Could Horner really walk into Maranello, take over the throne, and drive Ferrari into a new era? Or is this a story too dramatic to be true? And yet, the idea refuses to die. Even with all the denials, the extended contracts, the loud whispers being drowned out by louder press statements, there's still something that feels inevitable about Christian Horner's return. Maybe not to Ferrari, maybe not even as team boss, but somewhere, somehow, he's coming back. And deep down, the entire paddock knows it. Because Horner isn't just any ex-team principal. He's not someone who fades away quietly into retirement, sipping champagne while the world moves on. No, he's already moved his chess pieces. Carefully, deliberately, and, according to reports, he's gathering investment, serious backing. Enough, some say, to buy a team outright if the opportunity arises. So, what if Ferrari is just a distraction? A misdirection? While all eyes are on Maranello, Horner could be engineering his own comeback. One with more power than ever before. One where he's not just calling pit stops, but owning the very pit wall he stands on. Still, we come back to Ferrari, because the romanticism is too strong. The idea of Horner, the Red Bull architect, walking through the gates of Maranello in a red shirt, that's the kind of seismic shift that could fracture the sport. And let's be honest, Ferrari does need saving. Lewis Hamilton's arrival was supposed to be the dawn of something new, but 2025 has been a disaster. No wins, disqualifications, poor ride height, a car that doesn't respond. Fans whisper the word cursed when they talk about Ferrari's SF25. And Charles Leclerc, locked into a long-term contract, but surrounded by frustration. His loyalty might not last forever. The longer the team struggles, the louder the offers from rival teams will sound. Losing both Hamilton and Leclerc in one off-season, that would be catastrophic. That's why some believe John Elkann, Ferrari's chairman, is at least listening to alternatives. As one article noted, Elkann is regretting the decision to continue with Vasseur. It's speculative, sure, but this is Formula One. Speculation is fuel. But here's the twist. Horner doesn't want to sit on a pit wall anymore. His Red Bull exit wasn't about results. It was about power. Reports say he fell out with Red Bull GmbH, particularly Oliver Mintzlaff and Helmut Marko, over who controlled the team's direction. Horner wanted the same authority he'd always had. They wanted a shift. Mintzlaff won. Horner was out. So why would he walk into Ferrari, where control is even more limited? Where the team boss is just one voice in a boardroom full of stockholders and executives? That's not the Horner we know. He wants equity, ownership, the kind of iron grip that only someone like Toto Wolff enjoys at Mercedes. That's why insiders believe he's chasing something bigger than a team principal role, something transformative, a return that redefines his legacy. Some believe he might even start his own team. He's done it before. Back in the 1990s, he co-founded Arden, a team that competed in nearly every junior category. It was Arden that launched his career and eventually brought him to Red Bull. And now, he reportedly has the investors, the network, the clout. Even dismissed Red Bull marketing and comms heads could join him, creating a brain trust of proven talent. He's been in talks with F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali about the possibility of entering a new team. Imagine that. Horner doesn't just return, he builds something. From the ground up. Again. But then again. Nothing is ever off the table in Formula One. All it takes is one poor start to the 2026 season, one embarrassing result under the new regulations, and Ferrari could panic. They've done it before. They'll do it again. And if that call comes, would Horner really say no? Even if it meant sacrificing ownership? Even if it meant managing Hamilton? Even if it meant going to war with an entirely different kind of pressure? The weight of Ferrari's 75-year history? You can picture it now. The cameras cut to Horner standing on the Ferrari pit wall, headset on, face like stone, the Scuderia crest over his heart. A new era, a new challenge, a new narrative. Would he thrive? Or would the machine chew him up like it has so many before? The story isn't over. If anything, it's only just beginning. So we ask you, the fans, the true heartbeat of this sport, should Ferrari make the ultimate gamble?